This is the day that everything changes. Find a mirror and tell yourself, I got this today. I got this today. I'm gonna make it. All I have is all I need. People may come and go, but I've got a vision and I've got the determination and the discipline to hit my aims and to punch through my targets. If you believe you've been called to be the difference maker, the game changer, you have a path that you have to take. And not everybody's going to walk that path with you. Oftentimes, it's the people that go away into a very healthy isolation to equip themselves, to condition themselves, to educate themselves, to come out empowered. And sometimes it's going to get lonely. And so you got to get into this workspace where you can do it by yourself. Stop waiting for somebody to come and save you. Nobody's coming to rescue you. Get up! You got work to do. You may be tired. You may be broken. You may be hurting. People may have betrayed you, lied on you, left you, but you refuse to give up. The question is, can you give your all? You got two options in this life. You can do what is meaningful, something that is purposeful, what makes you come alive. Or you can sit back and be miserable. Success starts with you. You have unfinished business. Stop waiting to feel like it. You gotta get up on your own. The question is, how bad do you want this? It is diligence and dedication and determination that separates the all-time greats from the one-hit wonders. Do you want to do this thing one time? Or do you want to be notorious for winning over and over and over again? Again. Type it in the chat. Again. If it's life-giving, if it's serving your purpose, if it's going to transform you into something you never thought you could be, then do it again. Do it again. Type it in the chat, drop it in the comments, man. Again. This thing served me. This thing helped me. It hurt, but it's helping me. And it's building a bridge to the future and the destiny that I've been called to fulfill. Period. Every time you go back, you're building muscle. You're building mentality. You're building endurance. You're establishing faith. It takes faith to get out of this, to crawl yourself out of a messy history and leave a legacy. It is the man that refuses to quit. It is the man that refuses to put down his gloves that separates winners from wannabes. It is diligence and dedication and determination that separates the all-time greats from the one-hit wonders. Do you want to do this thing one time? Or do you want to be notorious for winning over and over and over again? I just want to know, is anybody listening that wants to do it again? I don't want to win one time. I don't want to be noticed one time. I don't want to make history one time. I want to do it over and over and over again. Do it again, no matter how hard it was, no matter how much you cried and you sweat and you bled. Do it again. Again. Your goals are posted on your wall. You commit privately and publicly to the call that's on your life. You think about it day and night. Whatever the goal is, it's time to shatter the ceiling above your head, to break records, to shatter the status quo, to punch through targets. It's your time. It's your turn. You've doubted yourself long enough. People have left you, overlooked you, undervalued you, underpaid you. It's your time to connect. It's your time to get paid. It's your time to sign the deal. It's your time. If you quit, go back, dust yourself off, and try one more time. Show me your habits, and I will show you your future. It is what we do habitually. It is what we do every single day that determines the measure of significance that we get to live this life. Everybody wants to drive something, live somewhere, be connected. There are protocols that must be in place. There are actions that must be taken. Not just thoughts that you must think, but words that you must speak and actions that must be taken and coordinates to where it is that you are going. You are going somewhere. You're either going back or you're going forward. Everybody wants a comeback, but nobody wants a setback. You can't have a comeback without a setback. You are going to experience loss. You are going to have seasons in your life where you're not going to understand why and how you got where you are. Many of you have been the villain in your own story, and it's time to become the hero. The drama and the chaos, the narrative is about to change. The story is about to clear up. This is not a conversation about going back to everything that you left. There are some things, there are some people, there are some places that once we leave, we don't ever need to go back, because we were tormented and we were haunted and we were abused and we were talked about and we were overlooked and undervalued and underpaid. The reason why you didn't win is because you gave up too soon. You took the exit too quickly. You were on the freeway to freedom. You were en route. You were following the instructions. You were following the coaching. You were listening to the video. Somebody drop it in the comments. I'm listening, I'm listening, I'm listening. I'm staying the course. I'm focused. I'm dialed in. It's the man that stays on the freeway in the middle of a traffic jam and doesn't exit that reaches the point of destiny. Will you put in the work? Will you stay the course? Will you try it again? Are you willing to change perspective, to see this thing differently, to get to the place of optimal performance and significance and fulfillment, where every day you are looking for life, you have an expectation, you have a zeal, you're excited, you're ecstatic. You've got a bold anticipation for the future. With each day that is presented to you, you have an opportunity to change everything. Whatever it is, if it's life-giving, if it's going to impact someone else, if it's going to empower you to live a life of fulfillment and significance, then do it again. You may be in a courtroom, you may be in a cage, you may be on the basketball court, you may be on the football field, you may be down by 40 at halftime. It is the man that comes back round after round that may have taken a beating physically, but he is not broken mentally, that comes back round after round after round after round. And he goes back into the dark room and he puts the work and he comes back out into the light and he puts on a show, put on a show. I'm talking to every builder, every athlete, every professional, every stay-at-home mom, every father that puts in the work day and night to provide for his family. I don't know what your dream is. I don't see your vision, but if you write it down and you put the work in and you beat on your craft and you give it everything you have and you give yourself to your work, at some point, everything's going to begin to shift and change because you refuse to quit. This isn't just a conversation about trying again. This is a conversation about winning again. When we try something again and again and again, eventually, when we set a target and we begin to run towards it, no matter how many times we are beaten out, eventually we run through the target. And so trying again becomes win again. And I just came to tell somebody today that's listening to me that eventually you're not going to be the man or the woman, the boy, the girl that tries again. Eventually, there is a warrior inside of you that will emerge. There is a person that refuses to lose that will be birthed out of a setback. And you are no longer the person who is known for coming back from a loss, but you are known for the person that wins again and again and again. No matter how many times I face this giant, I am surrounded by walls 100 times taller than me. They gotta fall down because I have made winning a habit. Win again, punch through again. You gotta get out of this trying mentality. I'm gonna try, I'm gonna give it a try. I will break out of the I'm gonna try. I'll try to smile. I'll try to be happy. I'll try to make it a good day. I will smile. I will make it a good day. I will win again. I will bring my A game again. I will give it everything I have again. This mentality, this approach to living is what builds the bridges to the future. This is how we cement our legacy. He is a man, she is a woman that was born to shock the world. Enemies are a part of life. Enemies are inevitable. As sure as the sun is in the sky, you will always face opposition. If you're going to pursue your purpose, you're going to face persecution and opposition. There's always going to be somebody that tells you that you are not enough, that you don't measure up, that you're not smart enough, that you don't have the work ethic. And they position themselves as a barrier, a wall, a block, attempting to discourage you and stop you from what it is that you believe you've been assigned to do. It is inevitable. There's no need to retaliate. There's no need to speak curses over them. There's no need to say anything about them. Just do what you've been called to do. Stick to the plan. Pray for them and keep it moving. It's the go-getters. It's the anomalies. It's the people that think outside of the box. It's the people that see the glass half full. It's the people that are the pursuers that will always face persecution. You are a target for them. Do not give naysayers, onlookers, haters the satisfaction. If you are facing an enemy right now, if you are facing an insurmountable feat, if you are facing anything big, it is because you are at the precipice of the greatest blessing and the greatest promotion of your life through the passage of an enemy that's watching you, that's hoping that you crash and burn. Pray for your enemies. Bless those who curse you. Keep doing what God has called you to do. Overcome evil with good. Understand that this is an opportunity, that this is a moment for God to get some glory out of your life. It is oftentimes in this season of adversity when everybody says, no, it's impossible, it won't happen. Oftentimes it is then and then only that you are right at the precipice of the greatest season of your life. When you are surrounded by people trying to discourage you from accomplishing a thing, it is possible to silence the crowd, to silence the doubters, to silence the people that said you're finished, that said you're done. It is possible to silence them and prove them all wrong. Stay the course, no matter the cost. Let them talk about you. Let them drag your name through the mud. Let them lie. And you keep giving, and you keep believing, and you keep pushing. I don't care what they say. Eventually, your enemy will become your footstool. You know, they say new levels, new devils. Every time you're trying to walk through a door, even if God swings that door open for you, there will be testing. There will be adversity. There will be a reality that at the door of every opportunity is an enemy, an adversary. Just because the door's been opened doesn't mean that everybody's going to want you to walk through it. Oftentimes, many of us never discover what we're made of until we cross paths with someone who tells us we're nothing, we can't do it, and fight you tooth and nail, trying to get you not to believe in this great vision, this dream. Haters and naysayers and enemies are always going to try to get in your head. You got to learn how to stay calm, cool, and collected right in the face of adversity. Right in the face of the tallest giants that you will ever stand toe-to-toe against. Oftentimes, it's the people that don't like you that expose your weaknesses. And once your weaknesses are exposed, you can go to the next level. If people can still get up under your skin, if people can still get you angry, if people can get you bitter, if people can get you jealous, if people can make you afraid, if people can punk you out of your position, they are exposing a weakness. They are exposing a vulnerability. Thank God somebody exposed it. We need a bit of adversity. In all of us, there is a nemesis, there is an adversary, there is a part of us that does not want us to succeed. I need you to face that enemy even within yourself and prove the part of you that does not believe wrong. It's you versus you. Everybody thinks it's you against the world. Oftentimes, man, it's you against you. You will always be one of the greatest adversaries in your life. The part of you that doesn't want your destiny, the part of you that doesn't want you to win, the part of you that doesn't want you to stay focused, that doesn't want you to lean in, that doesn't want you to believe that it is possible. There's something in you that doesn't want the discipline that is required. There's something in you that doesn't want you to be able to perform in the middle of chaos. There's a part of us that wants to sit and wallow. There's a part of us that wants to sit and complain and play the blame game and say that it's everybody's fault but ours that we are where we are. God, I believe, but help my unbelief. It is a beautiful thing to keep going, to persevere, to triumph right in the midst of adversity, but not just to prove them wrong, to prove yourself wrong. Success is the kryptonite that silences and cripples your enemies. The people that do not want to see you win, the people that want to see you suffer in silence, the people that want you depressed, the people that want you to quit, the people that want you to throw in the towel, who don't believe in you. When the temperature rises, when the very foundation of your belief system is shaken, when nothing lines up with what you thought it should look like, you have a destiny to fulfill. When you can't hear it, when you can't see it, when you believe it, but it seems to be nowhere in sight, can you still hold on to the dream that it's possible, that you will get through this, that there's something after this, that if you could keep your mind stayed on the target, if you could keep your composure, if you could not lose it, but hold on to it, that it's all gonna make sense after a while. I pray for myself. I pray for my enemies. I pray for everybody that want me to quit. Everybody that want me to throw in the towel. Everybody that believes the dream is too big to be fulfilled. That the destiny is impossible. But I'm possible. Keep saving, keep believing, keep maturing, keep investing, keep giving, keep pressing, keep walking. If you can't run, walk. If you can't walk, crawl. If you can't crawl, drag yourself across this season. But whatever you do not stop. The thing of dreams, what you see in the movies, can become your reality when you work for it. It's the deposits and the contributions that we make behind the scenes where nobody can see it. It's the days and the minutes and the moments and the hours and the reps that you put in. It's the meals that you missed. It's the times that you lost sleep. And people may have thought you were losing your mind. because you logged out of social media for months at a time to build something. You paused on hanging out with the boys or the girls so you can manifest it, so you can see it finally. I've come to the resolve that every table that I sit at, every room that I walk in, every stage that I stand on, every life that I enter, the question I want to ask myself and the question that I want to ask you is, did things get better because you were there? It is what we do in secret. It is what we do in silence. It is how we work on ourselves and condition ourselves when nobody can see it, that will determine how we execute in public. And I'm just wondering if there's anybody listening to me out there that has come to the resolve that now is the time to become the person you know you've been destined to be. Most of us are not okay with silence. We gotta talk, we gotta hear TV, we gotta listen to the radio, we gotta watch social media. It's just a constant, wrapped in the swirl of distraction and noise. We never get to the place of manifestation. Learn how to do this thing without talking about it. Multitasking is not for most people. Being a jack of all trades is not something to be proud of. It's not a badge of honor. That you will have a desire and hunger to master something, to work smart and not just hard. Release what God has given you. Master one thing at a time. Everything that is within us, we give to an idea. When we can get alone with ourselves, we can execute relentlessly. Because whatever it is that's been fighting your bloodline, whatever it is that's been running through your family, I pray that your testimony is that it ran in your family until it ran into you. And the moment that it ran into you, it got a rude awakening. We can be steady and persistent under pressure. We won't buckle or grow fatigue if we can understand our design and how to faithfully fulfill the assignment that is on our life.
Not everybody needs to know your every move, your every step. Because sometimes there are outsiders that will come in and they will distract you from your destiny. When you quiet yourself, when you turn down the volume from all of the things that are holding you back and turn up the volume within you and knowing that you have all you need within yourself to push forward, then all things are possible.
So if I could tell you anything in this moment, it would be to divorce distractions, living vicariously through the lives of people that are posting on social media, not their journey, not step by step, not the process, but they're posting their highlight reels. They're showing you the best of their life. And you're comparing your worst days to their best days. You're distracted. Get off social media for a moment. Anybody that built something significant in the age of social media took a step back. They unplugged. They uninstalled the app for a season. You gotta live at the edge of your abilities, constantly challenging yourself to jump higher, leap farther, run faster, to break through, not to go around. If we're going to manifest the future that we see in our heads and hold it in our hands, then we have to rewrite the code. We've got to unlock new paradigms, new behaviors. Beat on your craft and work on yourself so diligently, so vigorously, so energetically, so dynamically, so very strategically that we force ourselves to achieve.
Just be quiet and work in silence. This is all that is needed from you. So whatever life has for you, and you stand up, and you work hard and you keep moving and you keep believing and you stay powerful.
There are many of you listening to me right now. You could drop it in the comments. You've never been single. And some of you have been single your whole lives. But here's my question. Can you create? Can you implement? Can you build? Can you execute? Can you invent it? Can you imagine it and fulfill it alone? Without sharing the details, without spilling the beans, can you build something so beautiful, so life-giving, so unbelievable with just you and yourself? Or perhaps you and your coach, you and your mentor, you and that one person that you know you can depend on. I don't need to communicate this thing to the world. I just need to get it done. You can't build a business, you can't erect an empire with the wrong people and the wrong systems. We never really get to the place of releasing our brilliance, of uncovering our gifts, talents, and abilities because we don't spend enough time with ourselves, beating on our craft, becoming the best version of ourselves. We spend so much time talking about what we're going to do, posting on social media about what we think, that we spend so much time and resource and energy and we never really become. I think most people grossly underestimate the power of working on themselves. The nightmare is to reach our 60s, our 70s, our 80s, or even our deathbed, and to talk about everything we should have done. I should have done that. I should have invested in this. I should have made the relationship work. I shouldn't have got a divorce. We talk about all the things we wanted to do, but never got it done. That's the nightmare. That's the nightmare that we all must avoid. This is your moment to decide. Will you continue on living the life that you have lived? Or will you unlock your greatest potential? There are things that you have been called to do that you have never done. And there are things that you have been called to do that no one on earth has ever done. Some of you have journals full of dreams and no action has been taken. Get to work. Make this year the first year of the best years of your life. This is my year. This is not the year that I play around with my life. This is not the year that I sit and wait for destiny to hunt me down. I will hunt everything down that belongs to me. Life is not just a game of attraction. It is a game of hunting. It is a game of evolving to become the best version of yourself, putting in the work. This must be the year that you are not defined by your history, but you fulfill your destiny. If you want to see this thing differently this year, everything you do has to change.
You've been walking around the knockoff version of yourself. This is not the real you. The real you is breathing down your neck, begging you to manifest.
It's your turn. It's your time. You've waited long enough. You've got the strategy. You've done your homework. You've got the belief system. Now just put it in. I'm not afraid of rejection. I'm not afraid of failure. I'm giving it everything I have. And as much as life has tried to amputate my spirit, I refuse to go down. It's time to get out of the way. Stop blaming everybody and look yourself in the mirror. It's your fault you failed. I tried it last year and it didn't work. No, you didn't work. Am I gonna repeat my history or will I blaze a new trail? This is the year that I don't make excuses. This is the year I stop complaining about the past. This is the year that I give everything I have. You have to get hungry.
A lot of us, we watch everybody win in every facet of life. We watch the underdog rise under the lights. And we think to ourselves, when is it going to be my time? When is it going to be my time? And in order to be next, you got to change the way you live, you eat, you walk, you talk, you think. It's got to be a lifestyle change. When you shift your paradigm, when you shift your thinking, then what we see in our head will become our reality. Take your time, your talent, and your treasure and execute. When you have your mind made up that no matter how you're feeling, every day you're going to give it everything you have, then all of a sudden the world opens up to you. Come to the resolve this year that dedication, discipline, perspective, preparation is going to be your new code of conduct. Doubt's going to knock at your door, and insecurity's going to knock at your door, and adversity and trial and tribulation is going to knock at your door. And so you need to be prepared. Ready or not, it's coming. Are you prepared? You've got a luminous, brilliant, powerful future. It's time to step into it.
Stop devaluing your past achievements. I know that you've got this broad stroke vision and that you see the end game, but there are things along the way that we accomplish that we cannot ignore. Life has hit you as hard as it could, and you're still alive, and you can hear my voice, and you're listening to me now. Don't devalue that. That is an achievement. That is a win. I get it. If we pull up your history, we'll find a lot of brokenness. We'll find a lot of trauma. We'll find a lot of failures. We'll find a lot of empty places. And so here's what I need you to do. If you're going to remember anything from the past, remember how you overcame something. You are allowing your past to eat away at your present. You need to learn the lessons of your mistakes. And now you can use the mistakes that you have made. You can use the memories of the trauma and the people that you have had to forgive to teach someone else how to let go and start living their best life. I need you to make up in your mind that you're going to trade all self-limitation for absolute breakthrough and abundance in every area of your life. When you feel like you can't, when you want to let go, when you are surrounded by doubt, fear, and anxiety, you are going to have to pull up your resume and remember all of the things that you have made it through. I want you to think about everything that you've been through, everything that has happened to you. You have to think about what your father has gone through and what your mother has gone through. All of the pain, all of the trauma, everything you have experienced. When others lost their life, when others burnt out, when others gave up, you are still here, and that counts for something. God placed you in this world to do something. Get to work. The world is waiting on you. Your family is depending on you. Take the year. I need you to say a few things with me. My spirit is renewed. My mind is set free. I will take captive every negative thought and memory, and I will release it from my heart. I am not defined by the mistakes I've made in my past. I learn from them. I'm focused on the present. I'm building my future. I am pursuing my destiny. I am somebody. I am good enough. I am growing stronger. There is something more. Stop doubting yourself. Opportunity is everywhere. It's right at your fingertips. It's right before your eyes. This moment is for those who are unwilling to settle for less, those who are done with just enough, done just living a mundane, ordinary life. If you've been called for more, go after more. It's time to break through the disempowering, limited belief systems that we've carried our whole life. Some of the most brilliant minds of our generation are high school and college dropouts. Let me ask you a question. When are you going to drop out of the mentality that you are not enough? The earth is groaning and waiting painfully for you to manifest. Do yourself a favor and dispense with the excuses that you're not good enough, that nobody will show up if I build it, that too many people are better than me. Snap out of it. Your insecurity, your jealousy, your envy, the fear you've been wrestling with has been in the way too long. Get out of the way. If you study history, you will find that the men and women that turned the world upside down were the ones who got out of their own way. You are inches away from the best life that you have ever had. What in the world are you waiting for? The time is now to start applying what you know. Be extraordinary. The world is waiting on you.